At the close of the 12th century, the Holy Land became the stage for a legendary confrontation between two titans of history. King Richard the Lionheart, a man of iron and fire, led the Crusader armies with an unyielding thirst for glory and conquest. Opposing him was Sultan Saladin, the dignified defender of the East, whose tactical brilliance was matched only by his sense of honor. The conflict reached its peak at the Siege of Acre, where the very earth seemed to tremble under the weight of war. Huge stones shattered ancient ramparts, filling the air with dust, and the cries of thousands of warriors caught in the fray. Ayyubid soldiers fought back fiercely, pouring glowing green Greek fire from the battlements, illuminating the night with an eerie emerald radiance. Through the swirling smoke and chaos, Crusader knights charged forward, their heavy mail armor glinting beneath the flickering lights of the siege. The struggle moved to the scorching plains of Arsuf, where the heat of the sun was as relentless as the men themselves. Richard prepared his heavy cavalry for a decisive strike, a wall of iron ready to break the desert's silence. The king himself plunged into the heart of the melee, wielding his mace with a power that became the stuff of legends. From his command tent, Saladin watched the shifting tides of battle, his mind calculating every move like a grandmaster of war. He traced the lines of the desert, understanding that this war was not just about strength, but about endurance and will. But as the war dragged on, a different enemy emerged. King Richard was struck down not by a blade, but by a consuming fever. He lay in the shadows of his tent, his strength fading as the desert heat pressed against his weakening frame. Hearing of his rival's illness, Saladin did something that would define the era of chivalry forever. He sent messengers through the enemy lines, carrying baskets of fresh fruit and snow from the mountain peaks to cool the king's fever. This act of grace transformed two bitter enemies into rivals bound by mutual respect and high-minded honor. The dynamic struggle finally found a moment of peace with the signing of the Treaty of Jaffa under the soft glow of candlelight. Though they never met face to face, their spirits were forever linked by the blood spilled and the mercy shown on these sands. The Lionheart and the Sultan became more than just men. They became the embodiment of a code that transcended faith and nation. As the wind rises, their stories are carried into the heavens, etched into the very stones of the Holy Land. Their legacy remains, a testament to a time when even in the heart of war, honor could find a way to shine.